Now, I think this is the computation part, more to do with finance. Honestly speaking, I'm not very conversant with the financial working of bonus, but just to get how this works out as per the Act. See, these are all, I think, 4 sections, very key. In fact, starting from section 4 to section 7. Section 4 talks about computation of gross profits, right? It is done as per the directions given under second schedule, right? So we may have to go through the second schedule to understand how to arrive at the gross profits. That is number 1. Number 2 is computation of available surplus, right? I think we will too often hear two terminologies, available surplus and allocable surplus, when it comes to the question of payment of bonus act. So one is the calculation of available surplus that will be done as per section 5, and the sums which can be deducted from the gross profits, that is discussed in section 6, and the direct tax payable by the employer, the calculation is how to do that calculation. It is discussed in section 7. So what is available surplus? If you go through that, I have just given a kind of mathematical equation. When we say available surplus, it is gross profits. When we say gross profits, the gross profit we derive under section 4, right? So gross profit minus the depreciation. Again, when you say depreciation, it is mentioned in section 6A of the Act, and the development rebate or the development allowance, whatever you call. These 2 things are mentioned under section 6, in fact, 6A and 6B. And direct taxes, again, direct taxes, it is worked out under as per the directions given under section 7. Apart from these 3, further sums as per third schedule. So again, we may have to go through completely the third schedule. So all these things, the sum of depreciation, development rebate, direct taxes, then the further sums as mentioned in the third schedule. So all these things are to be deducted from the gross profits. So whatever the balance you get, that is considered as the available surplus, right? So in the available surplus, again, there are 2 clauses. There are certain companies which will not make arrangements for declaration and payment of dividends in India, within India. If the companies like that do like that, then for those companies, 67% of the available surplus will be treated as allocable surplus. Allocable means 67% of that available surplus will be allocated for the purposes of payment of bonus, right? In case of other companies which have made arrangements, it will be 60%. So that is how the working is done to arrive at the available surplus and allocable surplus. If you require maybe the detailed analysis or working on this, my suggestion would be please sit with your finance team, only then we'll be able to understand. But this is the concept, this is how it is worked out. I'll move on. So when an employee would be disqualified from receiving bonus, again, when the employee, if he is involved in committing some kind of fraud or riotous behavior or violent behavior, right, or theft, misappropriation, or sabotage of any property, causing huge financial loss to the company, I think then that individual employee is not entitled for receiving a bonus. Again, for that accounting year. Then what is the minimum and maximum rate of bonus payable? Yes, minimum rate is 8.33% and the maximum rate is 20%. Again, we all know for the eligibility purpose, the threshold limit, the salary threshold is 21,000, right? More than 21,000, if somebody is drawing, then that person is not entitled for payment of bonus. That is number 1. For calculation purpose, even though the salary exceeds 7,000 or the minimum rates of wages applicable to that particular person, individual employee, right? It can be restricted. Calculation purpose, the salary can be restricted to 7,000 or minimum wages, whichever is higher, right? Assume for a person, a person is drawing 10,000 rupees, basic plus DA put together, right? So this is less than 21,000. So he is eligible, number 1. Number 2, so for calculation, what is the amount I have to take? Assume again the minimum rates of wages applicable to this person is 9,000, right? So the actual salary is more than 9,000. So this clearly says this particular class, section 12, 7, it can be, the calculation can be restricted to 7,000 or minimum wages, whichever is higher. So between 7,000 and 9,000, 9,000 is higher, right? The actual salary is 10,000. So the calculation can be restricted to 9,000 for this person. In case for the same person, if the minimum rates of wages works out to only 6,000, then calculation is to be made for 7,000, right? Because this is 7,000 or minimum wage, whichever is higher. To that amount, we may have to calculate the bonus. That is how it is to be done. I'll move on.